So 75 years on from victory over Japan Day and the end of World War II, learning about the conflict is perhaps done best through those who were serving at the time.
Who better than the well-known veteran Captain Sir Tom Moore to sit down with in conversation? He did so with another centenarian named Peter Heppell, who was a Royal Engineer and also saw service in Burma. They've been sharing their memories of the war.
They are both 100 years old, both veterans of the Second World War, but the special bond between these men is their service in the Far East, the war against Japan. Today, they're meeting for the first time.
On VJ Day, where were you?
As far as I remember, in Bangalore.
To say it was unpleasant is an understatement, but I don't think any of us make a great fuss about it, because it was unpleasant, but we were there, and both of us have come back, so maybe that's something in our favour.
I often think back and think, well, there were pretty heavy monsoons there, but I can't remember recalling I was ever very wet. And on second thoughts, I said, well, you were always wet, so why recall it, you know? You're either soaked with sweat or battered down with the monsoon rains.
Captain Sir Tom Moore served in a tank regiment. Peter Heppell, a Royal Engineer, volunteered for duty with the Chindits, men who were dropped behind enemy lines and endured extremely difficult and dangerous conditions fighting in the jungle. Peter was wounded and at one stage reported missing in action. As well as the heat and humidity, there was the constant threat from malaria.
I was very fortunate. I had never had malaria. We took mepicrin tablets, did you take them? And that made you go yellow. Yes. And instead of being white man, we were yellow men. If a doctor who didn't know would say you got jaundice, I went to one doctor and said, I know what's wrong, you've got jaundice. I said, oh no, I haven't, I've got mepicrin. And it didn't make all the difference, but I was fortunate. All I ever got was a touch of dengue fever.
I had a dose of malaria, but that was before we went in. And I got that actually on the ferry crossing the Brahmaputra. And I finished up in Calcutta in the hospital for a week or so.
But Captain Sir Tom remembers hospitalisation had some benefits.
All the other officers agreed that was a good place to go, because that would give them a chance to meet a lot of English girls as nurses.
And with the 75th anniversary of victory over Japan, thoughts turned to those who never made it back.
All the friends that I had, because you're with people so long, you become a team, and you know, so you're mates. I mean, you really are. When you're friends, whatever rank you are, you were all friends. You all battled for the same battle.
I had very good friends. I left very good friends in Burma, and it's a matter of, I think, emphasise the sympathy and the feeling which the 14th Army missed out on for a long time, and a certain amount of relief to relatives of the people who didn't come back, that at least they were doing a grand job and they were appreciated and remembered.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, because we are getting thin on the ground. The people were there, so we've got to stick together what few of us are left.
Very true.
I'm delighted to meet you. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, I'm certainly thankful to meet you too. I've followed your exploits. I've recognised the garden now. I've watched you walking up and down here. And I wished I'd been doing it myself. I admired you very much. And thank you for all your efforts.
Yes, thank you.
Horrendous times, difficult stories, but memories shared by those who served so far from home. John Maguire, BBC News, Bedfordshire.